Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. So today I thought I would go over the alerts channel in the Discord server. The reason for that is for the longest time, the alerts was actually only available to the paying subscribers through Patreon. And I've actually opened it up to all members. So anybody that's a member in the Discord channel will have access to these alerts or see these alerts. Thinkorswim is actually what is sending these alerts to the Discord channel. And I thought I'd just kind of go over what the alerts entail and kind of maybe some of the criteria that triggers these alerts. So first we're going to look at the Hakanashi alert here. And we have two alerts set up. One of them is for a 5-minute chart. The other one is for a 1-hour chart. And there's only about 10 or 12 symbols in this alert. It's the SPY, QQQ, IWM, and then some of the most popular tickers, AMD, Apple, Google, Meta, NVIDIA, those type of symbols. So if you're not really familiar with the Hakanashi and what that is, it's basically a candle style. So currently we just have regular candles, which show the open, high, low, and close. So this would be the open, this would be the low, this would be the high, and this would be the close of this candle. And that's your typical candlestick. The Hakanashi candle, if we go to style here, we can go over to Hakanashi, and basically this is going to show average candle, and it's going to paint it in a color, either green or red. So that's kind of how the Hakanashi candles work. And so what I've done is I've actually created an exponential moving average for the actual Hakanashi candle. It's a 5-period exponential moving average. And I'll kind of show what that looks like. So it kind of looks like this. It basically just paints a cloud to kind of show. And how that alert is working is pretty much any time this cloud changes from green to red or red to green, pretty much wherever we see these buy and sell signals, what's happening is Thinkorswim is sending that alert to the Discord channel. So that is basically how the Hakanashi candle alert works. Okay, so next we'll look at 52-week highs and lows. And this kind of should be obvious here. These stocks are all stocks that are hitting the 52-week high or their 52-week low. And this, I believe, is all stocks in the S&P 500, I believe. Or maybe it's all stocks that are weeklies. I forget. One thing I will say is all of the paying members get access to these individual scans. So if you are a Patreon member, either the basic or the premium version, the basic is 5, the premium is 25. If you are one of those members, you actually will get access to all the scans that I'm using. So you can go in and actually change any of that criteria, so you can have your own scan built up on your own system that will alert you for whatever you want here. So cash secure puts, I have, I think, 5 cash secure put scans going. And basically I try to give some information here what they are. So these are cash secure puts equal to or greater than 2% in 7 days to expiration. So that means that this symbol AAIO, 130 expiration, 33 put, that means this 33 put should be paying 2% or greater. And it's going to be actually a 30 delta and below as well. So it's going to be somewhat out of the money in 7 days. So we'll kind of go ahead and look at that right now. So I pulled up that symbol. It's actually AAOI. It was a 33 put, and we can see it's got roughly 1,300 in open interest, 522 volume. This was actually Friday. Today is Saturday. The return on risk is actually 2.4%, so it is greater than 2%. We can see what the delta is of that. So the delta is actually 25, so it is below 30. So that's basically telling us that this contract is paying greater than 2%, which is what it says right here, greater than 2% in 7 days or less. So that is what this scan is. This scan is 1 to 3% between 7 and 14 days. So that's basically just going to give us the expiration here. So we'll try this one, CIEN, and it's a 195 put, and it should be between 1 and 3%. So I found the CIEN put. It's actually a 6th of February, 195. We can see the spread here is actually really wide. It is the weekend, so it may actually tighten up once the market opens. But it's got 1,400 open interest. Volume is 63. The return on risk is greater than 1%. It's between 1 and 3. And it's a delta of nearly 12, 0.11. So it's a really low delta. But you may have a problem kind of getting into this just because the spread is so wide. Once again, it may tighten up once the market opens on Monday. And these scans are actually updated once every hour, these cast your put scans. And they run from the market open until 4 o'clock in the evening. So this is another one that is greater than or equal to 2%. This is 1 to 3. This is between 1 and 2%. So this is from 1 to 2%. And this one is 2% and greater. And they're both 7 days to expiration. This is greater than 2%. This is 1 to 3%. So I have another scan that runs, I think, at 10:30. Let me find it. Yeah. So these 10:30. This doesn't really give you a strike, but basically this is showing these stocks are down. I want to say like 6 or 8% in the last 10 days, and they have just had an earnings announcement recently. I guess, or more so, they do not have an earnings announcement in about 45 to 60 days. So, these are actually symbols you could go out, 45 to 60 days and try to sell a cast your put on. And then I have another scan that runs actually on the weekends. And it's basically what I call the dividend sniper scan. I actually have a video on this scan. It's a couple of years old. I may try to find it for you. But maybe this goes over kind of somewhat what the cast your put scan is. So, you just kind of look here, 1 to 3%, 7 to 14 days. Now, something to help with these cast your puts, I've actually released a tool that I've been testing for about a week now. I actually released it this morning on the Discord for some of my premium members to kind of test out, the beta test for me. And it's basically going to be a stock ticker hover tool. So what you do is you basically just hover over a symbol, and it'll give you some data on that. Basically, it tells us a bunch of data, but it's got some cast your put information here. We can choose an expiration here, and we have roughly 4 expirations. I may add more to it, and then we can choose a delta. So a 20 delta, basically boil right here. The 21.5 put, it's a 20 delta. The bid is $1.40. Return is 6.5%, and that is 27 days. If we want to look at 1 week, 6 days, still 3.3%. And this tool will just kind of help you compare cast your puts. And, not only does it work on, it's basically a browser-based tool. So, you can even pull up a website and just hover over a symbol. Some websites it works better on, but it'll give you some data. So maybe this will help with kind of comparing cast your put trades. Okay, so next we're going to look at the TTM squeeze daily alerts. And the TTM squeeze, these alerts are all set on a 1-day candle. So it's going to be a longer time frame type of chart. And we have a couple of different styles of alerts or scans here. So first we have the TTM long alert. And this is going to be a change from red to yellow on the histogram. So I have the TTM squeeze indicator added here. Anytime we see red to yellow, that's going to be the TTM long. So TTM long. Anytime we see that, that basically means that it's changed from red to yellow right here on this histogram. And then next, if we see a squeeze long, that basically just means that the dots, the red and the green dots here, anytime we change from red to green, that means a squeeze has fired. So it is looking for this red to green change in these dots, and then it is looking to see what direction the histogram is moving. So right here, we can see the histogram is moving up. So that would be a TTM squeeze long. Right here, the histogram is moving down, and we went from red to green. So this would actually have been a TTM squeeze short right here. So hopefully that kind of explains how those indicators work. So really just remember if it's, so really just to kind of recap on that, if you see TTM long, that basically just means that the red to yellow in the histogram has changed from red to yellow. And then if you see squeeze long or squeeze short, that basically means that the squeeze indicator, which is the red to green on the indicator, has changed from red to green. And if it is squeeze long, that means it's red to green and the trend is up. And if it's squeeze short, that means it is red to green and the trend is down. So actually this would have been a squeeze short right here as well, because we changed from red to green and the histogram is actually going down right here. So hopefully that helped out that. Maybe gave some information on how these alerts and indicators are set up. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll try and do my best to answer them. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day and bye.